Okay, folks, this is Rolling Heights Roy coming to you from Rolling Heights, California, Rolling Heights Gazette and everything Rolling Heights. And it is May 7th, okay, 2020. And what are we talking about? This is a redo on one did it, and my Bass Pro Shop t-shirt wasn't working right there, so we're going to redo a redo. What is this about? This obviously is the coronavirus situation. And listening, getting this latest news so I can add to this news. And that is this woman who is opening up her business. I've forgotten which state it is. I think it was Tennessee or something like that. And she's out there and says, you know something? As we have seen, if you're going to get the disease, the results of the virus, you're going to get it. Because what do we have in the world of medicine as far as disease goes? One, and most importantly, you have to have a susceptible host. There are lots of people, they just are not susceptible, okay? And they may test because of contact, so forth, they have the virus. But guess what? They're asymptomatic, that means no symptoms, and they don't get sick, okay? Millions of them out there. The other thing is, you have to have a organism that is pathogen, they call it deadly thing, okay? And coronavirus. Then you have to have a appropriate amount of the virus in order, and it varies from person to person, to be able to infect or bring on the symptoms of sickness, so forth. And as you know, some people, again, they got it, they don't get sick. Okay, others, they get one virus, boom, they're down. And most recently in the news, saw this Latino family, a lovely daughter, and I believe she was a nurse, and lovely family, so forth, and father, I believe, was in his 50s, so forth. This guy was lean and mean and a super good guy, and just all buffed out and everything, and he got the virus, in the illness thereupon, and guess what? I believe it was in less than a week, he was dead. So you can be, the lean and mean, you can be whatever you want. And you don't have to have an underlying cause of diabetes or anything. Those people, and then the heart disease, so forth, lung disease, they are obviously, the curve changes dramatically when you have underlying things that make you increasingly susceptible, or you don't have the wherewithal to fight the situation, and you have multi-organ failure. It isn't the lungs, or your kidneys go, whatever else goes. Okay, and no one can, mitigate mediate the pain and suffering if if it's you with this sickness, it boo, and if your family members, hey, what can you possibly say? I don't have the words for it, so forth. You're lost, all that. But guess what? This has gone on in the history of mankind since the beginning of time. So we just deal with it and move on. Everybody deals with it their own way. Some people take longer, shorter, whatever. So this is what it's all about. And as far as the susceptible host, if you will, you have nurses, you have doctors, police, fire guys, all of them, it affects everybody, and so forth. But we need to act responsibly and realize that we can't cure the disease and kill the patient, meaning our whole economy, everybody's dead, the world's dead, whatever. We got to pick it up and move on, and there are going to be the upswings, and guess what? They're going to have, as we stated, the mutations of the organism, so forth. And at that study from the Minnesota research physician and so forth. Hey, and you're going to have waves come against it. You just got to deal with it and move on. And have an economy where, guess what? You have funds to deal with it, so forth. You don't have the complications to that. And as that goes, also on Fox News, we're going to discuss that later. These rich guys say, hey, you got to raise taxes. You can't be spending, Nancy Pelosi wants to throw in another $1 trillion, You can't just keep printing money and no free. Okay, there's no free ride. And these rich guys, one was Bernie Marcus, and the other one was Ken Lang Own, if I'm saying his name right. These are ugly rich guys, you know. They're not ugly, but they're ugly rich. Okay? And they say, hey, you got to tax us. We can afford it. We need to, this is for America. It's not for me to have another $1 billion. I don't know what the hell to do with. Okay? And I don't have $1 billion. If you got something, send me. Okay?